thought I would pop on in and say hi. And yeah, something has been coming to me, and I just wanted to share and touch on it because well, it's something that kind of applies to me as well. So I thought that it might be a great way to reinforce it within myself and also share it with someone out there that might benefit. Okay, so like it's definitely cozy up time season, and so basically I just thought that I've been reminded myself of this lately, and so yeah, I thought that this could be a great help. And first off, well, okay, so basically all I want to touch on is the fact that sometimes we get ourselves in our own like little rut of a thing, and I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're stuck. And so I'm going to first just say a couple things, quick things not to do that will give you quick results or will help you, and then I'll just touch on a couple things that you can do, because I know the feeling myself very well, and so I don't want to ever let myself get back into that place where I feel like that, and I don't want anybody else to feel that way, because it's very easy to okay, I won't say it's easy, but it is very possible to change that dynamic of your life. So first of all, the two things that I would say you don't ever do, if you catch yourself doing these things, just take a quick time to stop and redirect your thoughts. The first one is never ever compare your own life and circumstance and situation to anybody else's, because you never know what is going on in somebody's life, and besides that, it's not fair to yourself to compare, because that is limiting yourself when you do that. You have to be well, okay, we won't go on into that, but that's the number one thing do not do, is to ever compare yourself in any way to anybody else. The second thing, the whole goal is moving forward, and to be able to move forward in any situation is very, very possible. So when you don't do the two things, like compare and feel that you cannot move forward because of your situation, don't redirect that thought to a more positive thought of what can I do. This goes back to the first list, what not to do. Do not think about the whole big scope of it. Think of it as a small section of what you can do to kind of like declutter, okay? It's like take a small space. Don't think of the whole big thing. You start small, because see, that's what's going to build up your inspiration for you to keep doing that, okay? And I'm constantly working on that myself, because it's easy to be overwhelmed if you have a lot to do. So take a little space at a time and be happy with that. And painting is a big thing that you can do to change things up and brighten things up right away, and can actually change the way you feel, is some paint. Painting is, I would say, your number one best friend when it comes to things like that. And then the other thing about what I said was, do not affirm to yourself what it is that you want. Maybe you write that down. You're building momentum as you do that without giving any kind of discouragement, So yeah, it's a great way to not to be able to constantly, you want to move forward in a way that you feel like you're actually accomplishing something, and that way you do not get overwhelmed, because becoming overwhelmed will only set you back. So you do everything to keep yourself in a state of progressing, moving forward. Doesn't matter how small it is. And then, yeah, you stay encouraged during this start of a new season.
So cute. I'm just nice. I'm so cute. I'm so cute. Let's choose it. So let's choose it. Let's choose gratitude. Happy, 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 happy.
I have a testimony actually that is not only powerful, it's quite bizarre. And I share, that's why I share, just to help. Well, basically it is to bring the positive light into the world. But not just that, it is a testimony to the Creator, the Almighty God. So I share that because all the glory goes to Him, and I believe so deeply that if you can have that kind of faith, you can weather the storm. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get something to drink, and I'm back, guys, and I hope that you will stick around. Okay, guys, so here we are. I am back, and yeah, this is a testimony that is very, quite unusual to me and quite bizarre, and it became very obvious very quickly. So basically, I'm sharing this as a way of giving hope and encouragement, as well as the glory, because it is all glory to God that I can be sitting here like this, sharing this testimony, actually. So, basically, these things happened within a period of a week, and it's just unbelievable, really. So it all started when I had in the house, was walking through, and I actually had stepped on this huge red wasp. And if you have ever stepped on a red wasp before, and it gets your by your toes, you would know the pain that is. I mean, it just burns, and the pain, and it's not anything that just like a little prick and it goes away. It stays with you. You're like, just, it hurt. It was one of the worst hurts, I have to say. And it was a very big wasp. And I was barefoot, and I had stepped on this wasp. Now, that in itself is not so unusual at all. Although I will say, I was like, how did this wasp even get in here? And I'd seen a few other ones, but I usually can get them out, you know. And I've gotten so many wasps and even flies just out. I coax them out when I see that if they fly in. But this was in an area that I don't know how it got in and why I kept seeing them in this area. But the fact I stepped on that, and that hurt so bad. And it took me that did not go away. The pain of that sting did not, I mean, it was like I suffered for like 2 weeks with that, and it didn't completely even go away. I'd say maybe 3 weeks. This thing is so bizarre that, anyway, we're moving on now. This happened to me in the evening, at night. And the very next day, I was outside. I was like on the porch, and I was working, basically hanging some things and curtains and doing some things. And I got attacked by a whole swarm of yellow jackets. Now, the fact that I had already was hobbling around, and I mean hobbling around. And this one, the wasp sting had me laid up, like I said, for 2 weeks. But the attack then, that I'd say mid-morning, because the wasp sting happened at night. The attack in the mid-morning of the yellow jackets, it was a swarm. And I must have actually, first I know that I got bit by what must be like the queen. And I've got the scars still on my foot. I don't know if I try to show that. But I felt that. And your body goes into a quick shock when you are being attacked all of a sudden like that. But I felt it right away. I felt them. I don't know how they did that, but they went up underneath my clothing. They got up, and it looked like there were like 100 of them, you know. But anyway, I ran inside the house, and all I could do was just rip off all my clothes, take off all my clothes as fast as I can, and just brush myself off. Yet I got stung all over from my legs all the way up into my abdomen area. And yeah, it was pretty intense and scary, because I did not know how, I mean, it happened very quickly, but to be attacked by a whole swarm like that, and then to not realize, and then all of a sudden feel them up inside of your clothing, is a very scary feeling. And I know this happens a lot to people, but it was just very crazy to me that the very next day I got attacked by a whole swarm of the yellow jackets, still not recuperated from the wasp sting. So, okay, so so off topic just for a moment, I'm going to say this, I'm going to put this out there. So I have found, like, from my experiences and all that, like, the enemy, okay, he has a certain ways of going against us. And there becomes a point when, if he's working through people to go against you, and after so long, if you keep, like, praying and you keep thriving, and, you know, you just keep, like, coming out, like, you don't know why. You know why, but it becomes obvious eventually, even to certain people around you, that, you know, it's like kind of like, it's just like a silliness, you know, because here you are, and you're not being, yeah, you might be being mentally affected, and it does hurt, but you're not, somehow you're rising up above it so high that, you know, it's like a true testament of God shining his light down on you. And before you realize it, people are starting to, the whole energy around you is shifting, basically. Not with everybody, of course, but in many ways. So the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and he will do what any means he can. So I have a very strong faith, and the next thing that happened was the very next day. And by this time, I was going into, you know, more and more prayers, and like some of my prayers were like warfare prayers. After I explained to you what happened next. So the next night, well, no, this was like 2 days later. So I'm still all laid up with the wasps and the yellow jackets. Then I had a dream. And the night after the bee sting, I think it was the next night, I had a dream. And in my dream, it was spiders. Now, in my dream, I was at the sink, and there were like 3 or 4 spiders, and they were good sized. I remember they had these long legs, and I was trying to get them in water so that I could take them and throw them out. Okay, so I have this long history of saving insects, okay? And I do it all the time. I just don't kill them. I don't care what it is. I will, usually my method is get them in water and then pour them and then hurry up and throw them out and get them outside. And unless they fly, and then I just, I get the broom or whatever and I shoo them and I get them to where they actually go outside. So I save insects. So anyway, in my dream, I was trying to get these spiders, and the whole time I was creeped out about it, out. And I don't remember exactly. I just remember me struggling with the spiders, and then maybe I woke up. Well, then I woke up, and everything was okay, except I'd still been stung up by the wasp and the yellow jackets. So then the next day when I woke up, I had these big bites on me. They started like on my arm area and down here. And I thought at first, yeah, I got bit by spiders. Well, this whole thing plays out over 3 months. And so basically, I'm like, every night that I am going to sleep is when I get bit. And every night I would wake up with new bites. And they would bite me from all the way from my legs, all the way up to like my arms and under here. And it got to the point where I just did not, finally I was thinking, this can't be spiders. Spiders don't continually bite you like this. I was like, what is going on? What is this? So I researched, and so the next thing that I could only think of was bed bugs. Well, of course we keep everything, my husband keeps things treated and sprayed and everything, and we've never had any issues like that before. But anyway, I didn't care. I was going around trying to find ways that I did search and look and could not find any evidence of bed bugs. But you got to understand, after going through a whole month, actually 3 months, but within the first month of every night waking up with these bites, and then I became allergic to the bites. And I would get these big swelled up welches from them. And so I'm like going around with baking soda and stuff, and I had then looked and tried to figure out, where this is coming from. And the whole thing that's even more quite bizarre is that my hubby sleeps right next to me, and he never ever got bit. I was the one only getting bit by the spiders. So, well, I didn't know at the time. I wasn't convinced that they were spiders, even though I had the dream, and at the first I thought it was spiders. But I just could not believe that they could go on for 3 months straight biting you like that. But anyway, that's what happened. And as I said, I just started going seriously into prayer. Now, something inside of me was telling me that I was going to be all right, because that's a lot of toxicity and trauma to your body. And there were a few times I actually got like I'd wake up and even during the day, I'd get real kind of dizzy, lightheaded, and nauseated. And then it would go away. It would just last for a little bit and it would just go away. And I thought, well, that's the venom, I must have a lot of venom in me, I mean, I'm getting bit 3 months straight by these spiders every night. It was starting to really affect my mental health, because at first I wasn't even sure they were spiders. I finally found out that they were spiders. But Spirit told me and showed me that they were spiders. But the thing is that it was starting to affect me mentally, because it was like you couldn't go to sleep because you knew that they were going to bite you and you was going to wake up with more bites, And so it was very traumatizing to not just my physical body, but to my mental health as well. So, yeah, that was quite a lot to go through. And I basically came out of it like, it was very uncomfortable, I must say, very painful. The spider bites themselves were very uncomfortable because they itched. Not only did they itch, they hurt, and they burned and they hurt. But yet I did never feel them when they bit me. And they would itch me really, really bad. And then, of course, they would swell up. And they left scars. And yeah, I've still got scars that are healing. They're finally healing. But anyway, this thing went on and for 3 months. And during the time that, before the last month of this bizarreness, so I do get shingles. I hadn't had shingles like in almost 3 years, basically. I would feel them once in a while come on me, and then they would never manifest. They would like fade out. And I would be I'd be going through, I'd be praying. I would always be praying, and I would always just be taking the best care of my health as I could, doing the things that I knew that would help me. Because, I'm a vegan, and I fast. I do intermittent fasting, and if I get anything going on really weird with me, I definitely go into fasting, and then I drink lots of juices and stuff like that. But my body finally, though, after 3 years of not having any shingles, and like I said, they just wouldn't manifest. They'd just go away, basically. But this time, my body, I guess, was just so full of toxicity and venom from the wasps, the yellow jackets, and then the constant biting of the spiders, that my body finally had enough, and I got the worst case of shingles that I had since the very beginning when I first got shingles. And your first time having shingles is always your worst, most intense time. So now my body was not only fighting the venom from all these insects that were attacking me, my body was fighting against itself with the shingles. So I started taking my shingle medications, and I had to double up on those. And I mean, it wasn't like I could just take a few double doses and then go back down to a regular dose. I had to be on high double dose for a long time, and then I had to take them every day. Well, that's a very potent, powerful medicine to be taking. It is to me, because I'm a very sensitive type person. And so after a while, it's really hard on you to take those shingle pills like that, those mega doses. But it did finally, it was stubborn. It was hard to get them things back down. Usually, they would just go back down. But, like I said, I hadn't had an attack for like 3 years. So this time it was really rough, and it took a long time. And now, they're basically gone. I'll start to feel a little flare, but I'm off. I'm not on mega doses. And actually right now, I have not been bit by anything. My body is totally in a state of healing. It's like I've been healed totally. And I've got some scars still. Let's see. Where's some... But yeah, so I'm in like the state of healing completely, and I have no outbreaks of the shingles now. Like they're under control. That is under control. I don't have to take that medicine now. One of the strange things about this thing is, after about 3 days after not having any spider bites, anymore. It's like the whole attack, the whole thing of that just faded, just went away. Just totally went away. You know, just as quickly as it happened, it was gone. And I was okay. Somehow I was okay, even though it was uncomfortable during that whole time and I suffered. I got through that, and you know, I mean, that is serious, basically, to go through what I went through there. But anyway, the third day after knowing for certain that I wasn't getting bit no more and that I was okay, you know, better than ever. I mean, even somehow kind of more uplifted and feeling more like shifted. I had been out, I came in, and there was this big, huge spider in the bathtub, and it was there by the drain, kind of, and it was huge, but it was just one, and this time it was in real life, and it was the first spider I've seen, and I just thought, well, how am I going to, you know, I got to get this thing out. So I got the cup, you know, I got the big cup, and I got it in with water, so it was easy, you know, got it in with the water. I took the cup, I took it outside, I took it far away from the house, and I just let it go. I dumped him out, and I watched him or her, whatever, it was huge, and I watched that spider crawl off, just crawl away. And I just like, it was just it was just so bizarre, but yet it was just one of those things, you know, just it was just, the whole thing of this was otherworldly type anyway, you know. But it was a huge, huge testimony, a testament of our Father, God, because He is the only one. He is the one that somehow brought me through all of that attack, all of that trauma that my body had suffered physically and mentally, because I was having to pray for mental strength, because I would be breaking down at times, you know. I mean, it was really messing with me. I have to say, it was really messing with me, because I didn't know when it was going to end, you see. And until I got clarification about, for sure it was spiders, when I realized it is definitely not bed bugs. There was no sign of that. I started getting signs of spiders. I would see lots of spider webs outside. I started, you know, I mean, I just got little messages and stuff, and I knew that first dream before they had started biting me was part of that, somehow played into that. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was a forewarning or whatever, but when I was trying to get all those spiders into the cup, you know, in my dream, and then it was like the next day after that dream is when I woke up with my bites, and that's when that whole thing started. But all of those things had started within 1 week. So within that week, I've been getting attacked all that time by, you know, the wasps, the bees, and then the spiders. And the spiders then went on to bite me for 3 months, into 3 months. So yeah. So I'm a living testimony here. I'm only sharing this because it's proof that through the prayer and through Christ energy and faith, because during the whole time the peace I would get was only from my prayers, because I would be getting shown, because in the midst of the attack, and in the midst of the trauma, there would be miracles that would happen. And then it was like this huge uprising, you know. It was this huge uplifting thing that would like light me up inside, and I just would know, you know, that okay, you're under attack, but there's something higher there's something higher there working through and within you. And this thing was like, it was keeping me from becoming, you know, coming out of this. It got me out of this, and that is God, that is Jesus Christ, our Savior, the one that shines his radiant light down on us to uplift us and protect us. And yeah, so I'm so happy, I'm so thankful now that is over. I went through that, and it was not easy. It definitely was not an easy thing to have to go through. I struggled and I suffered with it, but I never got any ill effects, really. I mean, lasting. And it was all basically like superficial type things, you know. I only got like nauseous and dizzy just a couple times, and then, you know, then it would be gone. And it just lasted like for a little bit, like for maybe 10, 15 minutes at the most. So it's just a huge, huge testimony. And it just lets you know that if you, no matter what you're going through, these things can be, the enemy will use all kinds of ways to go against you and to try to weaken you. But along with the faith and the prayer, you will be able to withstand and endure. Okay, now that is the key right there, is to be able to withstand it, suffer through it, endure it with the faith still. And it definitely will be, you know, it will be cast out. It will be, you will be okay. You know, you will come out of it. So, yeah, it's just, to me, it was a huge, huge, huge testimony. Because it was different than any other things. Basically, this was, I mean, I've had lots of things happen with my health and stuff through my life and stuff like that, and I realize now a lot that I didn't realize back then, and even recently. But this was definitely a very intense attack in a very short amount of time. It was like just like day after day after day. So yeah, I survived. I thrived even. And yeah. So just remember that you just have to pray a lot and focus and ask to be given the strength and courage to endure through that suffering and enduring. Through that, I mean, we have to go through that. I mean, if you don't go through it, you know, you're not going to gain the glory. You're not going to have the testimony, and then you're not going to have the light shining down and stuff like that. But see, with that endurance, with that suffering, and with that going through it like that, and keeping up with that belief of the faith, you will start to see the even miracles during all of that. And then that is the proof right there. And I've got some of those, but I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, I just hope that this can inspire somebody out there. Don't be afraid. I know it can be very scary and it can be very painful, but just pray. And I mean, I just braved it all by myself. I just, depended on God only. And basically, that's who I prefer these days to depend on, basically, for all health, for everything. And, do what you have to do, but I mean, keep that inner faith and keep in prayer like that, because some things are actually, just the enemy trying to set you back, you know. So I hope that that little testimony somehow uplifted you, and stay strong and inspired, guys. I will see you soon. I hope that you are having an amazing, wonderful, what is it? We're into the end of October, I guess. We're going on into November, so it will soon be a whole new season, and yeah, stay inspired. I'll see you again soon. Much love. Peace. To show you my top that I came across, and it was so special. It has lots of meanings to me, but I came across it. I'm sure if I just had to get it, because it was one of those meant to be type things. And yeah, I'm going to stand back and show you how it appeared. Here to top. I think that hope is something that we can all have, and we should always hold out for. And I know this is like a sign. One of my angels is with me and was with me, and during some times, and also it's a sign of the times of what we need right now. And it was such a comfort when I came across this shirt. Yeah, because one of my angels, we lost from breast cancer, and I've talked about it a lot, but anyway, you would have to understand that story. But I'm just going to show you how I paired this cute top. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I like these shoes as well. I got these. Show them everything. And they're amazing. Very beautiful. A thrift store too. Always take that time to put yourself to check in with the Most High, and don't forget how powerful your prayers are. Birds and trees are changing. dressing room, and I just thought I'd show you the cute ones I picked out. All these pieces. These are this one, the dollar rack. They're so cute. Just a large like shirt. I think it could be made with this one. Yeah, really has nice stuff. This thing I have it useless and then dresses everything, but I just stopped in at the dollar. The dollar rack. Gotta remember this one. Turn it up. Popping in today, and yeah, I'm really excited about it because I have altered a few of the dresses that I got at the thrift, and we're going to try them on. I want to see for myself, and I also am going to style them. And there's really not very many. There's only 2 that I had to alter, and then one was perfect, so I didn't have to do a thing to it. So anyway, I hope that you'll stay tuned with me, and yeah, I want to try them on and see how these are going to look, and I shall be back, guys. Stay tuned. So I just wanted to show this. This is so cute. Look at the back of that. So anyway, this is the first dress. Yeah, it was like a perfect fit, so I did not have to do a thing to it, but I'm layering because it's the time of year that it is, and I just like to layer anyway. So okay guys, so I got the first dress on. It was so cute. I had layered it, and yeah, I had added these really cute textured tights, and then my little off-white Mary Janes with the double strap. And actually, all these looks will be so cute with boots. And I've got like one pair of like little go-go boots, and then that little other pair that I showed recently. And then I have a pair, and they're white. All of these boots are white. And then a pair of to the knee boots. So all these looks will be really cute for that, seasonally speaking. But you know, I wear boots year round. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to show you how these outfits look so cute. And the amazing thing was, each one was only $1. So, I love this one because anytime I find a dress that's like really cute, snug in through here and then flared, I just love that. I have a blue one similar to this one, so yeah. But you can see it has its own little slip, has its own little built-in slip, which is nice. So yeah, anytime I find one like that, I'm like so happy. That's the first dress. And yeah, I could pair this one, would be really pretty with boots. Oh, I do have an option just going to show you. So I have several of these little barcodes. This one is beautiful. They're all, one's brocade, but they're all white, or kind of an off-whitish one. And this being the longest one. So I hemmed these dresses rather short, so I thought that the little bit of the length would be really pretty. And this is a nice, it's got the lining, so it'll be nice and warm. So let's try it on and see how this is going to look, because I think it'll match and look really pretty. Just as pretty with basically with all the looks here. But okay, so see, it has these really cute little, I mean, this is authentic vintage here. Looks kind of they're aged, but they do work. So see, it hooks like that. So anyway, see how this looks. With a hat, of course. Oh yeah, I love this part. This feels so good. And as I said, I would wear a hat and with it. Okay, so that's the first look. Now we're on to another look. So stay tuned for the other look. Both of these looks I have altered. And basically that just consists of hemming. I'm back with the second dress, and I absolutely love this dress. It's so cute. All it needed was to be hemmed. So yeah, all this dress was a little hem, and it was easy to do. So see how this looks. Again, I'm wearing just the same textured tights and these little shoes, but this dress especially I think would be so cute with the boots. And also it would be really pretty with colored tights. These look really cute. I love these new tights I have. And this dress is more white than off-white, so you know it would be really pretty with white tights. It would also be pretty with any colored tights. I love the way it's made with the quick sleeves, and I have several. I even have a little vintage coat that is this color that has the 3/4 length sleeves that it would really be cute with. But go ahead and try it on with this coat. Let's see how it looks, because although these are like summer dresses, they can be transitioned very easily into fall and even winter. So that's what we're doing. So simple, yet it's just so cute. Of course, again, you know, some jewelry would really help something up here, and these kind are so good for jewelry, these 3/4 length sleeves, but I just love that way that's made and the colors. I like this one. dress. It's so simple and so comfortable. So we're on to the last one now. I'm going to tell you a little bit. This one was a little harder to alter, although all it needed was a good hemming. It was really long, but it had a wrap type skirt, but it wasn't like a wrap dress. It was just a piece that was sewed. So it was a little tricky, but I got it figured out, and I got it hemmed up really good. So yeah, it's my favorite look, and it's more of a very dressy look. So stay tuned. We'll try the last look on. So this is the dress I had. We're going to style this. You can see this is clearly a summer dress, and I hemmed it really short, and I love the shoulder pads in it. And I have two variations on this dress. So we'll try the first variation, and both will consist of a layering. So stay tuned. So we are, and I love this dress. So this dress is okay. So it's like you can definitely tell whenever you slip these on, it actually just elevates the look, and you can see the difference. I mean, so step back and having one there. This the blouse underneath of it. I just think that that's much more wearable for this time of year. And this is what I mean of kind of the wrap part. So that was a little tricky, but I managed to get him. I guess it turned out pretty even. So go ahead and try that one on as well. The other variation will be a little different, guys. So yeah. So loving this so much. And perfect. Stylish look. I mean, you would not know. And everything I got was like $1. Shoes were the most expensive things. They weren't very heavy. And yeah, the blouse was $1 years and years ago. Recently the dress was $1, and this was $1 years ago as well. But this is the first variation on this really amazing dress. I love the flowers. I love, it's got like a little ruching. And we're going to change this look up just a little bit, so stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm on the very last look, and yeah, it's just the simplest of things that can actually change a look. And in this case, I changed my hose, and I added these darker color, and honestly these are, I thought they were blue, but they are actually like a dark olive green, which still works, still it's just fine. But the way we're going to change this look up is with the coat and the tights. It'll be really cute with this coat. really gives it a very, just a much more sophisticated, classy look. Stylish. I like that word better. Stylish look. So, step back and see how this looks with this coat and the hose. I love this coat with it the best. And like there again, I got this coat thrifting a few years back. It was one of the later coats I thrifted, and it's just so nice. And I thought, hey, let's just try to make it really special. And so I got my favorite hat out. With this hat as well. So just look and see how that looks. That's good. I mean, who would know that everything was $1? This too. Do you remember? Except for the hat, but it was on sale. But it was a little more pricey. I got this at a regular outlet on sale. This look. This is my favorite. Well, it's hard to say it's my favorite. They're all so different. This is good for a more of a dressy look. And the made in Spain shoes just take it up 10 notches. They just really add a little more than the cute Mary Janes. I'm gonna show you. So anyway, that is all 3 books, and I've been really inspired. You never know what you will find when you go thrifting, and this was like kind of unexpected. I happened upon this thrift that I'd never been in, and they actually had the dollar rack, and it was like one of the little days of miracles. So yeah, stay inspired, guys, and I will be back. So beautiful, awesome day.